All right, so now let's recap the divisional round games. Obviously, Bilf was in his attire.
Am I?
Game-worn attire, may I add. This was the exact thing. Hasn't bathed ever since. We didn't want to get rid of the LA smell.
It's true. I'm not very popular at work right now.
Although we need to get you an updated jersey.
No.
You didn't even play in LA.
And got Super Bowl. I'm not one of those fans that's like, Warner was the St. Louis Rams QB. Those banners are hanging up in every stadium that they're at. Shut the fuck up.
No, but maybe you should rep someone on the current squad. Do you have anybody on the current squad?
If it wasn't this, I would have worn my Steven Jackson jersey.
I like that jersey.
My prominent years were them in St. Louis. I'm sorry. But
we need to get you an updated jersey.
I am all for you buying me a jersey.
We'll start a GoFundMe.
You heard it here.
GoFundMe page for Bilf to get a current player's jersey. Get some random guy who doesn't even fucking know. Get the punter or something like that.
Hecker?
Yeah, get the
Everyone knows
Hecker.
Hecker.
You get the example.
No, I don't.
So, all right, well, fuck it.
Give me a Rams Mannion jersey, then I'll be pissed.
We'll start in L.A.
Sean Mannion?
What? A quarterback. Oregon State.
QB.
Oregon State.
He's a backup QB. Anyway, continue.
We're
playing this week.
Since we're already on the topic of Bills Rams, we'll start there. Rams get it done against the Cowboys, 30-22.
I don't want to hear that.
Cowboys are poop.
All I have to hear the whole damn week is, how about them boys? How about them defense? How about the Rams, 5.1 yards a rush? How about that Zeke, 4 point whatever fucking yards a rush? How about them boys? How about them boys? Fuck you, boys. Beat the men. Meet the men.
Whoa. Yo.
Meet the men.
That is, we're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get flagged on YouTube.
Remember we were talking about second chances, Bill?
Yeah.
In our fun.
We're gonna need a second chance.
Meet the men.
Yeah. Fuck you, boys. Beat the men. It's like, we may need some better phrasing. But yeah.
They both enjoy the most the big juicy sack.
Yeah, he loves big juicy sacks and fucking the boys. So.
That's
the story of the game, Rams go off for 270 yards on the ground. Gurley and the very overweight C.J. Anderson just run a train all over the Cowboys defense, man.
They look like Tolbert. Remember Tolbert? That's what C.J. Anderson looks like.
The human bowling ball? Yeah.
Aren't they both like number 35 or something too? I think they're both in the 30s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure actually they were 35.
So,
the question, me and Bill talked about it pretty at length. The Rams' key to success was, can they establish the run early and often? They answered both questions as a hell yes, we can.
Yup.
And they just came out and just pounded the Cowboys. And then to credit the Rams on the other side of the ball, they contained Zeke very well, and Dak did poop. He had like a couple of throws to Amari Cooper where he roasted the defense and whatnot. But for the most part, they kept Dak pretty in control and definitely kept Zeke under control, especially by Zeke's standards. So they did what they had to do. So credit to the Rams. It ended up being technically a one-score game, with a touchdown on 2-point conversion. But the Rams looked good. The defense looked like it was actually competent and was aware of what opposing players were doing. But
that was a story all weekend.
Yeah, very true. But that Gurley man and Anderson, woo, boy, they looked phenomenal.
I love it more when both of you talk good about the Rams than me. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
If anything, I'm talking good about the Cowboys. So thank you for winning one playoff game and then losing, because we don't like you, but you're going to keep Jason Garrett and Dak for another season.
That's what I said. I
Dak.
said it would be kind of a detriment because you're not going to have an excuse. Well, let me put it this way. Jerry now has a reason to not let them go. I think they would have stayed anyway, despite the fan outrage. But now Jerry has a reason to go. They just won you a playoff game. So Dak and Jason are going to stay there. I'll give Dak credit where credit's due. He got 2 of their 3 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 on foot. I think out of all their phases, he was the one thing that didn't let them down. And
I'd agree with that.
And first off, their defense, they only made us punt once.
Right.
They stood firm. Those first 2 drives, we got in the red zone, we had to kick it for 3 instead of getting the touchdown. You're not winning that next week, Rams. But they didn't cause us. They only caused us to punt once. It was a shank, and yet they still started on their own 20. So at the end of the day, it wasn't nothing. Zeke, I don't know what to think of that. He's not bad. He's phenomenal. He's proven that time and time again. But we held them to, I think it was like 47 yards, and they got 53 in total with, because I think Dak rushed one. 47 yards. That's not long enough to get to my neighbor house. So I think not only was he okay, it's a stretch. I could touch my neighbor out my window right here. I meant the house. You know what?
What the fuck goes on in this neighborhood?
Well, I just ruined my second chance. All I'm gonna.
Is it your boy?
He was meeting the man. Oh man. Please continue with your thoughts.
I don't want to continue anymore. Zeke, I think he was obviously fighting us because that was what we said we were going to do. We were going to stop him. I also think he was fighting.
ESPN's coming calling for Bilf's analysis.
No, but oh yeah. First, okay, you didn't let me finish. He's fighting us. I think he's also fighting the play calling. Hey Zeke, guess where you're going? Up the middle. Oh, that didn't work. Guess where you're going next? Up the middle. Coach, can I just go outside? You go up the fucking middle where there's Sue and where there's Sue and Donald. Coach only got 30 yards and it's like the fourth quarter. Guess where you're fucking going, Zeke? Hey, coach, it's 4th and 1. Think we should do maybe an option pass with Dak or maybe just jet sweep with me? Zeke, where have you gone all fucking night? Guess where you're going on this 4th and 1? Up the middle. And he gets he was fighting on two fronts against his own coach, obviously against the defense that dedicated that whole game to him. And you're going to lose when you're set up that way. So I think I don't even blame Zeke, to be honest. I blame the coaching, which isn't going to be changed, as we just joked about right now. And I definitely blame the defense, which is also
Cowboys defense shit the bed.
Yeah. Also the defense players as well as the defensive scheme that they had. I don't even know if they had one. Again, you only make a team punt once, you're not going to win many games. Sorry.
Yeah, credit the Rams offensive line. They protected Goff like crazy that game. Cowboys basically had no pressure whatsoever generated during that game.
Yeah, Garrett's going to keep his job, not because he's a good coach, but because he just does whatever Jerry says, which is what Jerry wants. So
true.
Which is what's been the whole joke ever since there.
That's why he has a job.
But like I said, Dak I think was the least of their concerns that game. You can say what you want about him going forward, whatever the hell you want, but that game, Dak was not your problem. You had more problems.
Yep.
And you lost.
So before that, we had Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Oh boy.
Host the Colts.
Finally winning a game at Arrowhead. There's like a stat that said the last 25 years, and like 6 teams that had won playoff games at Arrowhead. None of them were the Chiefs. It was like Tennessee won in there last year. Indianapolis had won twice.
Wow.
Like the Ravens and Pats had gone in there and won. Like
the Chiefs looked good. They put up 31 and Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown.
Wow.
I think he ran for one though.
He ran for one, but I'm saying he did not throw for a single touchdown. They put up 30.
Well, I might need to do that this week, considering it's going to be like negative 48 degrees or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, they're talking about Patriots. We'll get to that later. But yeah, he's gonna be throwing less.
The Chiefs look very. I mean, me and Bill for sure. We both picked the Colts to go in and upset the Chiefs. Just kind of the way don't look like so fucking surprised. The Colts were one of the hottest teams in football, and they looked good in the wild card round. Yeah, they were riding high.
That's nice. They played outdoors all season? Because that was probably the first time they have. You guys should have known that instantly.
Oh, did they beat the Titans to get in playoffs? Oh, that's right, they did. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Was that in fucking cold ass weather? Fuck, no, it wasn't. And you're like fucking playing college in California. He's not playing in good 12-degree weather.
No,
Play Stanford.
That's fucking California, exactly.
The California part that snows.
Not like Kansas City snow.
Regardless, okay, we're not going to get into the fucking degrees of snow in different states in the country. But regardless, the Chiefs look phenomenal.
Analysts,
got it done.
meteorologists.
Yeah, we do it all. Yeah, and the Colts get bounced. Their offense couldn't get shit going. And that was that. Chiefs move on. So then Then we go to Sunday, where this game, the score ended up being a lot closer than the game actually was. Patriots took a big fat poop on the Chargers. Yeah, 41-28 ended up being the final. But Tommy B and Belichick were like, hey, remember us? Yeah, we got huge dongs.
I feel like they're the.
And lost me until Brady was like, no one thinks we're going games anymore, but we'll see. Like, no one fucking said that. We just said you weren't as good as you were, like, the last year, and you made the Super Bowl. So it's like, no one said, oh, you guys like the fucking Browns now. Like, Brady basically, everyone's like, oh, everyone picked us last to finish in the East. Nope, everyone still picked you finish first. We just thought you might go 12-4 instead of 13-3.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like Brady and Belichick at the beginning of that game were like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith on the cover of Men in Black. They just looked at each other. You ready, Bill? You ready, Brady? Put the sunglasses on and said, let's fuck some shit up. And they did.
what
they were
cover do you have where they're talking and...
Apparently you paid for the VIP edition.
It's the Harry Potter cover where they move.
Yeah.
Where they move and shit.
Yeah.
Just know your name when you walk by.
Men in Black came out like 97, and Bill's got the moving cover and all that shit. But Patriots get it done. Sony Michel, they had a healthy Sony Michel, and he went off.
That's true.
3 touchdowns. So if they can do that again, yeah.
Again, LA team had to play in the cold, so.
Yeah, the Chargers got the shaft in this playoffs because they had to go to Baltimore, go back to San Diego or LA, and then go back to Foxborough the next
that's
week.
dumb. I don't know why you do that.
That's crap.
And I think they had to play the early morning games both times, so it's fucking...
They did.
Yeah.
So.
They did. So, yeah, sorry, Chargers. You're taking the L. And then the game we were referencing a little earlier, Big Dick Nick trying to go into the Superdome to take on Drew Brees. And the Eagles looked like they were going to go in there and pull off the Cinderella story and keep it going. They were up 14-0. But the Saints come back 20-14, and then Jeffrey has little toddler hands and couldn't hang on to that football, and they lose the game. So I think both conference championship games are going to be crazy.
Yeah, I think the Eagles... That was a winnable game for the Eagles, and it looked like Nick Foles' heroics were going to continue, but went there on Jeffrey's hands, so...
I mean, his heroics ended after that first quarter. 14, they scored that like in the first 2 minutes, and then they never did anything.
That's true, but he played... His legend is that he's incredibly good under pressure.
Comeback kid, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, but the Eagles... First off, that was I mean, you don't need me to tell you, it was an incredibly winnable game. Saints didn't even secure the win until the fourth quarter. All you had to do was score one more time. One touchdown. One more. Once. One more. And you couldn't do it for literally almost the whole 4 quarters because you scored that bam, bam, bam.
So the Saints had one drive, though, where it was like... It really only showed like 83 yards or something, but it was really like 117 yards with like penalties.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But, all right, so let's go to next week.